Just had to record this bit real quick for the start of episode of part 2 of this challenge thing. I've had the application back. I was just on the way out and there was been an application. So this was... it's about a week later. I applied for this the other week, so they've got back to me really quickly, actually. Let's have a quick look. We've got the rules here. So, application summary. Application has been approved. Obviously pending evidence and stuff. Nice. So, let's have a look at the guidelines. Let's have a quick read through, see what we have to do. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do this challenge anyway, but might be worth having a quick nosy because this might be a challenge for the future. There's a potential follow-up video in this. Rules for fastest time to visit all English Football League stadiums by public transport. If 2 teams in the English Football League are ground sharing at the time of the attempt, the venue needs to be visited twice at least a 24-hour period separated between visits, i.e. if they are sharing the ground, you've got to go and then come back, you know, the day after. You can't just sort of go, oh, I'm here, walk 5 minutes, go back, oh look, there it is again. For the purpose of this record, the Premier League and 3 divisions, yeah, that's EFL, basically the 92 teams, I think there's 92, I will map out a list at some point. So the current season is best suited, got till May. Photographic evidence of every stadium visited must be submitted. Photographs must include evidence of date and location, as well as a photo, which must be taken in the stadium seat. Okay. Have to watch a match as well. Oh, wow, I can't just visit them. No, this is proving more difficult than I thought it was going to be. This, I thought, was just like, you can just pop around and visit them all. No, you've actually got to sit and watch a match. Okay, that's just... And there's a load of the data. No, that's not doable. Certainly not for the foreseeable future. I might try and do my own version of this, which is try and visit them all. You know, say in the space of a week or something. And just, you know, go outside and take a photo with them or whatever. There's a video in that, potentially, rather than going to watch a match. Because then I can drive to them as well. Or I might try and enlist somebody for that one. That might be a video. But looks like that might be a one that's off the table. So what am I gonna do then? At this stage of the game, I don't know. Future Jack can decide that. I've had a couple ideas, but I'll have a think and I will let you guys know. I don't think maybe able to do a world record because obviously I'll have to play for another one and it could be another 2-3 weeks wait, and we're already getting dangerously close to Christmas now. Oh, I should probably have to do something in the next couple of days. I'm going to have to decide what it's going to be. I wanted to make it, like, challenge-worthy, I think. But I don't know. Like, I don't want it to just be like, oh, I'm going to go try and break a... You know, the last video was all just me trying to break silly world records and things. I want something a little bit more challenging, something I can make a proper, like, vloggy, like, you know, 2 or 3 episodes out of. I will have a think. And I will let you guys know as soon as I've come up with the idea for that. So, I've started on a challenge. And I'm going to have to go in the next few minutes to do that. This challenge is effectively a to Z challenge, I called it. As you might have seen from the thumbnail and the title of this video. But fundamentally what that means is that I'm going to start off at a place beginning with A. And then I'm going to work my way through the alphabet and try and finish the day at a place called Z. Now, one problem. I've given myself an arbitrary time limit of a day initially. That has now been revised down to before 7 o'clock this evening. It is now 10 to 9 in the morning. So I've got about 10 hours. Because England is playing the USA in the World Cup today. And I want to watch that game. So I'm going to start off in the next few minutes. I am making no plans whatsoever. This is all going to be just me trying to map it out. I will talk a bit more when I get in the car in a moment. So, what is the action plan? Just to be clear, my car, I'm not driving it at the moment. It's just, I'm just giving it a moment to warm up. So what's the action plan? Well, I'm going to make my way to the tram stop, jump on the line there, and try and work out what my next step is going to be from that point onwards. I'm thinking... Well, obviously I'm going to start off with an A, so my logic is, do I head to somewhere like Ashton, or do I head to Altrincham? Or Manchester Airport? Does that count? I'm going to count it for some letters, like Z, for example. Like, there's not many places around here that begin with Z, so I'm going to count a zoo as a potential option. I'm quite nervous about a couple of letters, because the nearest zoo to me especially, the one that we, you know, the very last thing you guys might see in this challenge, which could be this video, could be next video, I'm going to do a two-parter, is, you know, the nearest zoo is either Cheshire or Blackpool. Neither of which are particular, it's at least an hour and a half to get to on a good day. So this could be interesting. But I'm going to crack on now and head off, and we're going to get going. I'll see you guys at the tram stop. Well, I'm here, 5 minutes to the tram. Just missed one as I was leaving, then one pulled in, or one was pulling away, sorry. So I think my plan is to head into the centre of Manchester and try and work out from there what the best plan of action is. Yes. So, got a plan. I'm currently at Deansgate Castlefield tram stop. I've not hit any letters yet, but my plan is, I'm having a look on the tram map. A couple of stops on this line, on one of the lines. It's a place called Anchorage. 2 stops before that, Broadway. And I collectively, I reckon I've got up to the letter G at the moment. G really struck me because there's nothing on the tram lines that begin with G. But I know that Manchester has a gay village, and it is called the Gay Village, so I'm going to use that as a G. Rules also state I'm not allowed to take, not to use like the actual tram stop name for the sign, so I've got to find a sign at each of these places. But I've got, within a few stops of each other, I've got a fair A to Z listing. So hopefully I can get that as a photo of each of those places, and then that'll get me to G by where I'm at anyway. Already. It's just 10 o'clock now, so I've been doing this an hour. So I've got another 8-9 hours to go. We'd already be on 6, which is a good start. Mind you, those are the easiest letters to find. So it'll be the latter half that I think I'm going to struggle with. But the more time I've got to figure those out and get to places, the better. Just nearly missed the tram because it was on the other side of the platform. So, just arrived at my first stop, which is Anchorage, and I was looking for a big sign. It was like, there's one everywhere, so I'm going to grab this one here, just to prove I actually am here. Obviously can't use the tram stop sign, but here it is. There's my sign. Just there, so I've been at Anchorage. Now I jump back on the tram and work out where my next stop is, which I think should be Broadway. If it's only one stop on the line, I might actually walk to it, but let's find out. So that's the tram map we're working with. And there is us right there. So Broadway is the next stop I'm going to do, and that's just up that one. So I might head there next. Obviously I don't want to do them all just on the trams. I want to try and get a few in sort of off the lines and things, and maybe travel a little bit further afield, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of those are later letters though. I think a lot of the early letters I'm going to try and just fire through them, just to give me a bit of time to get to the later ones. Because I think letters like X, Y and Z will be quite difficult to get, especially. but yeah, I might message my friends and see what they think of ideas for potential sort of forfeits for every stop I don't get, which I think will be, you know, reasonable. Every letter I don't manage to finish is a forfeit. We've still got plenty of time though, so I'm not too worried yet. If you are also wondering why I'm walking to the next stop rather than getting the tram, it's because they're about every 12 minutes. And I've just passed the next stop on the tram line anyway, and it already said like the next tram isn't for like 9 minutes, so it's legitimately quicker to walk, which is why I'm doing that. Trying not to waste any more time. Obviously I'm in Manchester now, and that's my, because a lot of the tram lines are like, a lot of the stops I need are either just out of the next couple of stops or they're Is that one of them bee statues? Hang on, I'm doing a separate thing here. I'm gonna have to make a quick detour. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the other side projects that I'm working on at the moment is I'm trying to hunt down some like bee statue things that were in Manchester a few years ago. I just found one of the little ones that I'd not seen before. I'll put a pink picture on screen now for you. But yeah, sorry, minor detour there. And now we're on the move. I keep jumping in with little updates on this walk. I've just had a thought, I can literally see the BBC headquarters from here. Because the stop I'm after is called, is it Broadway? Which I can see there. But I can't see any signage other than there. But the BBC headquarters is literally just over there. So I might jump over to that one and grab that, because it's like, what, 2-3 minutes walk away? So I get a photo at the BBC headquarters, which is the sort of the national television company of Britain, the British Broadcasting Corporation. But that'll be a nice one to add to. Oh, I could do the Blue Peter Garden. That's a TV series as well. That's a TV show in the UK, like a kids programme. And they have the gardens at Media City, which is where I am now. But I think that might be a little bit, I didn't realise how close Broadway was to Media City in terms of actual walking distance. I'll do that instead. I promise this will be one final thought before we get to BBC headquarters. Literally a minute's walk from there is the set of the long-running British soap opera Coronation Street, so I might try and grab that as a seek instead of grabbing a tram stop, which I know there is nothing around, so it might make getting a sign difficult, whereas now there's a big sign for Coronation Street literally across a bridge from the BBC headquarters. Might do that instead. And there we are, just to prove we're here. BBC headquarters, Media City. Fun fact about the BBC, it is celebrating its 100th year this year. So they're having all the centenary celebrations at the moment. There's the BBC, and there, just across the water, is where I'm heading next. Set of Coronation Street. Got a slight delay. Tram's not coming for another 7 minutes, but it does go straight to Deansgate Castlefield. The problem I've got is there's nowhere else here that I could get reasonably in the same time, so it's still my best option, unfortunately. But it does set it back about another 10-15 minutes. I don't know. It's my best option, I think, unfortunately. Right, so just done Deansgate, we just found that as a section of Manchester. And you need, so I mean the logical thing would be to go back to Exchange Quay, and there's a big sign there as well. So, I don't know. Currently down to myself, because obviously like bars and restaurants don't count because there's a place here, El Diablo, but that doesn't count, weirdly. Well, obviously, an actual place that is begins with an E. So I'm gonna head back up to the tram stop now and work out where the next tram's gonna be, which I think is gonna be Exchange Quay, which is back on the Eccles line. Obviously my plans have got me to G so far, even though I've probably got, you know, that's my plan's currently working up to G, so I need to start planning ahead as well, I think, at this point, and work out where I'm going to go to for like H through Z. Well, that's just put a spanner in the works. I was wondering whether I could do someone like Etihad for E instead, but the stop I'm at isn't currently running to Etihad because of maintenance works on the line. There are several other stops I could use, but again, it's just a matter of issue of timing, because like there is the East Didsbury line that I could take right at the end of the line to East Didsbury, but then I'm stuck down at East Didsbury and have to get back. And I don't know how far, I've never been out to East Didsbury, so I don't know how far away that is. So I've just got to be careful, you know, only going a few stops down the line, especially early on. Because I mean, I've been doing this for 2 hours already, and I've only got 4 so far, so about another 7.5, 8 hours to go. I will have to obviously stop for food at that point as well. But it should be fun. Back on the tram, heading the way I've literally just come from a few minutes ago. And there is Exchange Quay. That's lesson number 5. And I'm getting worried about finishing this challenge already, guys. I'm going to be honest. We're on letter E, and this is currently just gone 20 past 11. So, I mean, obviously the first bit into Manchester took like an hour to get in here, so I've been doing this for about an hour and 20 minutes. I've got no idea what I'm gonna do next. I think the next best is to go to Firstdale, or Firstall, which is about 3 or 4 stops down the line, on one of the other lines. So I have to go back to Deansgate Castleford again. I also need to start thinking about where I'm going to be for lunch, because I've worked up to G, the gay village. Might just grab something from Manchester, but so I don't know at the moment. And then after that I need to start thinking about where reasonably H through Z is going to be. I think H I might do, I'll have a think anyway, so I'm not sure, because a few of them seem like quite far out from where I'm after. So I just made it to Furswood to find a sign that tells me that I can get a photo of the place that says Furswood, rather than it just being the tram stop one that doesn't count. And with Furswood down, that's 6 down, 6 letters down, 20 to go. And this is where the fun begins. This is where I'm feeling less confident now. It's currently nearly 12 o'clock. Probably going to try and stop for lunch at about 12:30, 1ish. Charge my phone as well, because that needs charging desperately. For about 40% at the moment. And we're on the we are on letter 6 of the alphabet. So hopefully, letters. I found a place where I started mapping out an idea for future letters. J and K are going to be the death of me, I've decided, because the only one I can think of for K, for trams, is literally further on than when I got on the tram this morning. I've gone back on myself. It appears I may have hit a stroke of luck. My old university, I didn't realise had several buildings named after prominent people and figures, and I've been able to shorten my time by growing a few letters off from here. So here's the first one. This is the Grosvenor East building. But yeah, there's a few I've got. I reckon I've got up to probably L. There is H, which I can go and grab in a minute. The one problem I've still got is that the letter K is still evading me. So I'm just currently walking down, like, there's a main uni street in Manchester, Oxford Road. So I'm currently just trying there to see if because I know Manchester Met doesn't, and I'm wondering whether the University of Manchester has a building named after Birmingham K, which would really, really help me. Because other than that, I mean, I've just finished. I've just got the G, as you've seen. I know I can find a H, an I, a J, an L, an M, and probably, you know, N and an O as well, which would put me right back in contention if I can grab those in the next hour or so. Because at the moment it is now 12:20. So I'm really hoping if I can cut that down to M's, obviously a half-line margin, but it's the easiest half, I would have said. So with any luck, I can cut the margins, and so we're going to cross the road. Don't cross the road whilst vlogging, guys, it's not medically advised. But yes, hopefully if I can find a K, it'll put me back in good stead, because they're all within a few minutes walk, which also hopefully by 1 o'clock I should have everything again, which is what I'm really looking for, to be honest with you. And I didn't even need a campus map, it's literally on the main road. Oh, I'll come back for that later. So I'm trying to hit them in rapid succession, which would be Hatch for H, the Institute of Sport, John Dalton, and the Kilburn building, and maybe a library as well. Maybe it was a M, which obviously being Manchester Metropolitan University, which was where I went for my undergraduate and master's degree. And yeah, great university, not Spawn. After that, I might stop for some lunch once we've hit the halfway point. And that is 10 down there with the John Dalton building. I had a couple of lectures in there during my time at uni, although my main building was Manton, Jeffrey Manton, so, but Grosvenor East was close to where I was after. I keep getting asked for directions, and do I just have that sort of face? It's like he knows where he's going? Is it because I'm walking with purpose? I think it could be it. But anyway, we're still on K, but I know exactly where K is. It's literally about, let's say, 30 feet in front of me. I can see the sign now. I mean, part of me doesn't want to use like the same letters for every single, you know, like the same section of Manchester for every single one. But it might be an option. No, I think once I've done letter M, I think I might head off and do other things, because it almost seems like too easy to just use the uni buildings. So I might head and try and find a different route and make life a little bit more difficult for myself, because otherwise it'd be too easy a challenge, I think. I don't normally venture this far down Manchester, down Oxford Road even. My university's further back the way I've just come, but I'm heading down this way anyway, because I think that the University of Manchester Library and the Manchester Museum, Manchester Museum's like across the road from me now. It's not open, but there's a sign out on the outside, so I can use that. And I know that the Man Met Library is called All Saints, so it wouldn't qualify for the L, unfortunately. Fortunately, L is not going to be the letter that gives me the L on this. I'm so confident I can cross the road. I'm now more confident, I reckon I can finish this challenge than I was about half an hour ago, which is reassuring to say the very least. Well, I've gone from, when I get this Manchester Museum one, I've gone from like 2 an hour to half of the ones I'm after in under 4 hours, and that's including the 50 minutes it took me to get in here this morning. So effectively I've done it all in about 3 hours. I've done half in 3 hours, which puts me in good stead. Although this next half is the difficult half, I think. You know, Q, X, Z, Y. I was having a look before, and the nearest place for a Y near here is either the city of York, which is a good hour and a half train journey away, or there's a place in the Lake District, which I imagine is as difficult to get to. So I might have to weigh up my options on that one. I have put a message up to the group chat, my mate's group chat, to see about potential forfeits, but just waiting to hear back from them on that one, because I don't want to be accused of setting my own forfeits. So I will take the suggestions of them. And that makes half. Only one issue is, like, you know, obviously it's half in, and it's not even 1 o'clock yet. But obviously I've set myself the deadline of like 6:30, 7ish for the game. To be home in time for that game, I probably need to be leaving about, you know, close to 5:30, 6ish. So the more I can get done, because I know that I can get V at the train station. So with any luck, I can use that, and it was the case then W, X, Y, and Z, which would be 4. W doesn't seem like too much of a difficult letter. X, Y, and Z I really need to be sort of Manchester based then, but obviously we can see here I've got plenty of time, and V I can navigate elsewhere. Hang on, there's a Z here, Y and Z here. There's a Conus building in the York Street building. Where are they? Make a mental note of that for later. Now I'm going to grab a quick lunch, and then I will crack on with doing what I'm doing, which hopefully shouldn't take me too much longer. Now I know I've got a Y and a Z. I found an X as well, which is reassuring, but it is on the side of Manchester here, so this might very much be the end of the day. Hopefully I can do that in plenty of time. Yes, I might return here later, because obviously those letters will be difficult to get hold of. So what's the plan? There's a leaf blowing over there. What's the plan? There's an M through, well, A to M. It's got N to Z to go. And I've just had a thought. Further down Oxford Road, back towards the railway centre of Manchester, there is Oxford Road train station, and within literally 30 seconds walk is the Palace Theatre, which would fill out O&P. The problem is I've still got the letter N to find first, but if I find that, if I can find the letter N, then it sets me off on OP, and then Q. I'll have a thinking at Matthew on that one. You know what, I consider this to be cheating a little bit, but I am a desperate man, and desperate times call for desperate measures.
What is Jack going to do to cheat? Will he find every letter? What will he be having for tea? Find out the answer to all of these questions, probably, next time on Pinbox Jack.
Welcome back to the Advent Calendar, day 12, and today we have got Joy. That's what this box says. There's another pin in here. Let's crack it open and see who we get. This feels like a bigger one. I'm going to say this is one of the... this is one of the fab... this is one of the One Family pins, I think. Let's open it up and find out. Ooh, the bag opened nice and easily then, which is always a good sign. Is it? I don't know. Let's see what we get. Yeah, this looks like another one of the One Family ones. So we've already got one of these. We've got the one in Swahili, Well, I think it's Swahili. It's the one with Goofy and Donald. And this one is, ooh, this is in German. This is a nice one in German. So I'm gonna have to move that. And this is Snow White, Grumpy, and Dopey. And it says, I don't speak German. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? Freunde und Familie. You know what, guys? When in doubt, just say it with the accent, and it sounds 100% more convincing. Freunde und Familie. I didn't do German, I'll be honest. I have a few friends who speak German, actually. I could ring them. No, let's not do that. No. But there is day 12, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far. We are now, almost halfway through the series. I hope you've enjoyed it so far as much as I have sort of making this stuff. Let's say, please let me know what you guys think of the sort of videos I'm doing for this whole series. There's certain things in this series I want to carry on to next year, and I'm just hoping that you guys seem to, like what I'm putting out as well. But that will do for this video. Check out previous videos here, and I'll link to the Advent playlist so far, just up here. Hope you all have an amazing day. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check me out on Instagram at PinboxTrack. And hope you all have an amazing day. Talk to you all next time.